Hey everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Dual Destinies. Back to, case number 2. We were about to question Bobby Fulbright about things. It's kind of been a few days since I did this, I'm sorry. But anyway, let's talk to Mr. Fulbright. Was it Jinxie Tenma who was first discovered the crime scene? That's right! And this photo shows what she saw when she opened the door. Miss Tenma had a key, allowing her immediate access. A key? So then, the Fox Chamber was locked? Yes, and Miss Tenma had the only key to its door. Really? So Alderman Kyubi didn't have a key to the Fox Chamber? Actually, he had a monster? He had a yokai key! No. He had a master key for most of the doors in the manor, but it disappeared after his murder.
Disappeared? You think the killer took it?
It could have very well be connected to the murder. We're looking into the possibility now. But it's the timing of Miss Tenma's discovery that I think is most important. Of course, I'm not going to share that information with you. Ha ha ha!
You think you're some kind of champion of justice, but you're just plain old mean.
I won't fall for that, you shameless rascal! I only help good little boys and girls.
Shameless rascal? Who even says that?
Well, I wouldn't exactly call you a good little girl either. Those feathers and tracks look like something a yokai might have leave behind. You don't actually think the murderer was some sort of monster, do you?
What's the name of that creature in the Forbidden Chamber? Tenma something. Because from the black feathers and big tracks, it looks like that creature did it.
Our prime suspect would, no doubt, love to pin the blame on some imaginary creature.
Can Tenma whatchamacallit even be called victim of slander?
I doubt the mayor would do something as childish as blaming a boogeyman.
So, the most likely scenario so far is that Tenma guy left the feathers and tracks behind to make it look like Yokai Tenma was the killer.
Wait, what? No, I'm as confused as you! At any rate, I doubt Mayor Tenma would plant evidence like that. So, Mayor Tenma is your only suspect? That's right! Even his name, Tenma, makes him sound like a villain. And he's really scary looking too. Wait, are you telling me that's why he was arrested? Ha ha ha! Don't be ridiculous! He was the only one without an alibi. Oh, is that so? Yup. Other than the victim, the suspect, and Miss Tenma, the only others around were Mr. Filch and Mayor Tenma's aide, and the two of them were together at the time. Filch? The guy who tried to steal my bracelet. Just living up his name, I guess. We should go talk to him again when we have the chance. What about Jinxie? She's not being suspected at all? She may have no alibi whatsoever, but she also has no motive. It's unfathomable that she would murder the alderman and pin the crime on her father. Besides, do you really think a little girl could lift up this huge spear? True enough, that spear looks even bigger than her. That's about all I can reveal at this time. Well, you must admit Damien Tenma appears to be the most likely suspect. I admit it looks bad, but I'm still not buying it. Oh, and one more thing. I must warn you about the prosecutor. The prosecutor assigned to me at Tenma's trial? That's the one! He's, how should I put it, not what you expect. That is, unless you faced a convicted killer serving hard time as a prosecutor before. What the? Is this some kind of joke? Can I ask why a man in prison for murder is serving as prosecutor? Because he's mastered the use of psychology in courtroom battles. Everyone's talking about how this murder was the work of some strange creature. But yokai are nothing more than a figment of imagination. They're baloney! Who better to prove this than a master of psychology? He's the best man for the job. But he's a convicted murderer. No matter how you look at it, that's insane. Well, the chief prosecutor personally assigned him, so... none of us are in a position to question the matter. Ha ha ha! This really is the Dark Age of the law. Oh my gosh, shut up about the Dark Age. We got it the first time.
This prosecutor, he wouldn't happen to go by the name Blackwell, would he?
Bingo! Simon Blackwell! So you have heard of him?
You could say that.
What's that supposed to mean? Well, I bet you don't know his unofficial title. Ever heard of the Twisted Samurai? That's Prosecutor Blackwell. The Twisted Samurai? Is that because he's a criminal? Well, yes and no. You could say it's also has to do with the effect his crime had on things. How so? His conviction is what twisted and warped the legal world into this dark age of the law. What? And he of all people is going to stand in court tomorrow? Ha ha ha! Never fear! I myself will be there to protect you! That's reassuring, I guess? Well, you kids knock yourself out. Can't wait to see how you do tomorrow.
Wait, Detective Fulbright. I've been meaning to ask you something. Why are you barefoot? This doesn't look like the sort of place where you need to take your shoes off.
Ah! I hadn't even noticed! Why am I barefoot? You honestly hadn't noticed until just now? Wait a second. These shoes we found earlier. Excuse me, Detective Fulbright. These wouldn't happen to be your shoes, would they? Yes, they are! My favorite pair, in fact! Thank you for bringing them to me! You must truly be on the side of justice! Don't tell me Mr. Filch actually stole from a detective.
Stealing shoes right off of someone's feet. That's pretty amazing.
I find it more amazing that Detective Fulbright didn't notice. Well, it looks like we've gotten all we can out of the detective, so let's see. Maybe we should go have a word with Mr. Filch. I want to hear what his alibi is.
This is just awful, terrible, I say. Somebody help! Oh, look, it's Mr... what was it again? Finch? No, the name's Filch. Phineas Filch.
Keep on pilfering, you may wind up a jailbird instead. So, what seems to be the problem, Mr. Filch?
Oh, it's just terrible, I tell ya. Come quick.
Okay. What's the deal with him all of a sudden? Looks like some kind of mask.
It's the Amazing Ninetales mask!
The Amazing Ninetales? Oh right, the wrestler who appeared during the festival special event. What's this mask doing here? He'd never take off his mask like this! Someone must have killed him! What? Who would do such a thing?
Let's go talk over there in private.
Look. There's some white hair caught up inside this mask. Gotta find that Filch voice again. So, what makes you believe that the Amazing Ninetales has been murdered?
You really want to know, eh? You're a studious one, ain't ya?
Yes, just tell me, please.
Well, it's like this. I dreamed of becoming a wrestler myself. Hey, how about your dumb man, a quest for the champion's belt? What a team! Me in a bandit's mask, and you in that demon mask of yours.
Demon mask? Wonder if I could make it big.
Apollo, let's save your pro wrestling debut until after the trial.
Huh? Oh, no, I wasn't actually... Ugh, why did I let him pull me off topic like that?
Come on, Apollo, ask him about the Amazing Ninetales murder already. The Amazing Ninetales is our village savior, and don't you forget it. He's trademarked gold cape made to look like a nine-tailed fox. The Nine Fox Tails, or whatever. What? Who whirls through the ring, smacking down.
Oh no, there goes my screen. Smacking down Tenma wrestlers left and right.
He sparked the monster cage, vitalized Nine-Tailsville in the blink of an eye.
Yep, saved our village from becoming a ghost town. Now it's a yokai town. Huh, the amazing Ninetales really does sound, well, amazing.
Yeah, pretty amazing, huh? That's why he's worshipped like a hero around here. I'm proud to be from the same village as him. Come to think of it, you look kind of monster-like yourself, Mr. Filch. Guess it makes sense since you're from the same village as the amazing Ninetales.
You know, I know. A lot of people have told me I look like a yokai. Since when was that a compliment? Ouch! What's the big idea?
Hey, check your pockets.
Hey, how'd you do that? Keep it. I got lots more. So you keep saying that the amazing Ninetales was killed. What's the story behind that? Oh no, I'm starting to sound like him. Oh, I don't think I ever present my badge to him. You mind if I ask you about this?
Oh, that.
Right. Well, does it ring a bell?
Oh, it's ringing, alright. You want to thank me for all my hard work, and I humbly accept.
No, this isn't a gift. Should have known this was a dead end. Are you saying he was murdered because his mask was washed up along the riverside?
That's only part of it. The main reason is no one's seen him since the special event. Word around Nine-Tailsville is he was killed by Tenma Taro.
You villagers are really superstitious, aren't you?
That we are. We love conspiracy theories too, like the mayor's diabolical plot.
The mayor of Tenma Town? What is he plotting?
Rumor has it he's planning on releasing Tenma Taro. That's why he wants the merger. He'll open the Forbidden Chamber once he's in control.
That's quite a tale.
Ain't finished yet. There was only one person who could stop the mayor. Our hero, the amazing Ninetales. He vowed to battle the mayor of Tenma Town and stop the municipal merger.
I couldn't make this stuff up if I tried.
Apollo! We still have to ask him about the alderman's murder, remember?
Mr. Filch, would you mind telling us what you were doing at the time of the murder?
I was in the caretaker's office guarding the entrance like Mr. Kyubi said I should. And I made double sure no one came in. I have a clear view of the foyer from where I work.
He must be talking about the small room in the upper right. It definitely looks like you can keep track of the comings and goings from there. And you have an alibi to back your statement up, Mr. Filch?
I do indeed. I was with Mayor Tenma's aide. Florent Labelle is his name.
So the two of you were together. That's a pretty sound alibi, alright. And nobody came in or out of the manor around the time of the murder?
Kept watch here the whole time. Didn't see a soul pass by. And if anyone did, their security camera would have spotted them.
So no one came in or out around the time of the murder. That means we're dealing with someone who was already inside when it happened. So do you think this mask is the real deal?
Without a doubt. This here is the mask worn by the amazing Ninetales.
What about that white hair I found inside the mask?
Wait! I just thought of something! Remember the golden animal fur we found at the crime scene? Could it have come from this mask? Look! There's even a spot where some fur is missing.
Then this places this mask at the crime scene at the same point in time. Which means... What does this mean? Someone with white hair who is linked with the murder and is against the merger? No way. Could the amazing Ninetales and the Alderman actually be?
Something wrong, Apollo? You should see the look on your face.
Oh, no, it's nothing. Maybe Jinxie could tell us something, since she works here. Alright, we'll go find Jinxie then. She's not there. Yokai Lane, please. There we go. Oh look, there's Jinxie.
Milk, cheese, yogurt, ice cream, and...
Sounds like she's out grocery shopping. She must really like dairy products.
a charm to make a better milkshake and another cure for my lactose intolerance.
Maybe she should just stick to soy milk. Jinxie! Hey, it's me!
Eek! It's the demon lawyer!
Ack! Not another warding charm.
Apollo? Who is she?
Oh, right. This is your first time meeting each other. This is Jinxie, Mayor Tenma's daughter. She was the first to discover the crime scene.
Oh, so she's the one who... hello, my name's Athena Sykes. I'll be helping Apollo defend your father at his trial. Pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you, too. Where's Trucy?
She went back to the office ahead of us. But don't worry, Athena and I are on the case.
Wait. How do I know that you didn't gobble her up alive?
Relax, I didn't eat her up. And I wouldn't do such a thing in the first place.
Oh, poor little Trucy.
I'm about ready for some tears of frustration myself.
She's quite an, interesting character, huh, Apollo?
Jinxie, do you remember any more of what happened?
Not much. At least, not yet.
But you do think Temna Taro was the killer, right? That yokai we saw at the festival.
I don't know anything about that.
Huh? But you said Temna Taro murdered the alderman. It's okay, Jinxie. You can tell me... Ah! Yikes! What was that for?
People see things when they don't get enough sleep. There's no such thing as monsters.
Huh? What's gotten into her? So if there are no monsters, you admit I'm human?
No, you're still a demon.
Oh, I give up.
It seems like Jinxie doesn't want to talk about Tenma Taro for some reason.
But that's precisely what we need to know more about. Besides, she definitely thought there was a yokai there in the fox chamber. Jinxie, about this charm.
Ah, that's...
You gave me this when I was heading off to the scene of the crime. You thought Temna Taro was the murderer. That's why you gave this to me, right?
That's true, but...
If there's anything else you could tell us, it would really help. And it will help your father, too.
Alright then.
Why do you think Temna Taro's the killer?
I saw him. Saw him with my own eyes. Tenma Taro was right there in the manor. He escaped his prison and ran right by me. What?
Jinxie, tell us everything you saw.
I called the police after I stumbled on the scene. I was just about to head back to the festival grounds when I saw Tenma Taro. It was right around here. He was running right at me. I was paralyzed with fear. But there was no one around to help me. The foul beast raced right by me toward the foyer.
Toward the foyer?
Mr. Filch and Mr. Labelle was supposed to be in the foyer at the time. That means they would have seen Tenma Taro too.
Sounds like we better get their statements. Concerning Jinxie's mental state, her eyes could have been playing tricks on her.
Apollo? Remember the picture in this paper? Someone caught Tenma Taro flying through the air. I wonder if it's the same Tenma Taro Jinxie says she saw.
Don't be ridiculous.
Tenma Taro is the killer, and he can fly too.
Jinxie works at the Alderman's Manor, so maybe she can shed some light on this. So, no one knows the amazing Ninetales' true identity?
Uh-huh. They say no one's ever seen him without his mask.
Doesn't that make you want to know even more?
Uh-huh. That's why matches where wrestlers try to expose their opponent are so popular.
Wait, you mean expose as in strip them naked?
Eek! You even think like a demon! The only thing the winner removes is the loser's mask. You have your mask torn off. To have your mask torn off is the worst humiliation a wrestler could suffer. That's why their masks are more important to them than life itself. So you see, these unmasking matches are life and death battles for the wrestlers.
That means this mask didn't just happen to wash up along the riverbank. There's gotta be a story behind it.
No one can stop the amazing Ninetales.
Bet she'd be shocked to find out he's really the alderman. About the yokai you saw at the scene of the crime, anything else stand out?
Actually, I heard this strange jangly sound.
Jangly sound? Can you be a little more specific?
My memory's kind of fuzzy. But I vaguely recall seeing Tenma Taro holding a staff or something like that. Maybe that's what was making the strange sound.
Does Tenma Taro usually carry a staff?
Good question. I've never heard anything like that, and it's not shown on the scroll.
How about in other documents? Any of them show Tenma Taro with a staff?
This is the only known document depicting Tenma Taro. After all, those who needlessly depict the demon are forever cursed.
Then what's the deal with the Tenma Taro's saw, Jinxie? Why didn't you tell me you saw Tenma Taro earlier?
Actually, Mr. Labelle told me not to tell.
Mr. Labelle?
Papa's aide.
Oh, right. The other guy who was supposedly in the foyer at the time of the crime. And what exactly did he tell you?
Keep the village superstitions in mind before you go talking about seeing Tenma Taro at the time of the crime.
Was that a rhyme? Village superstitions?
They say you must not gaze upon Tenma Taro, but in the event that you do, look, and then tell anyone what you saw, Tenma Taro will claim your soul.
And that's something everyone here knows? Sounds like a bunch of baloney to me.
Uh-huh. Everyone from babies to the village elders know about it. But I didn't because I'm not from around here.
Hey, come to think of it. Huh? Why is everyone hiding their faces? Hey, you there! You mustn't stare at Tenma Taro like that! Lower your eyes!
He'll steal your soul if you're not careful!
Huh? Steal my soul? Seriously? The guy at the special event thing said almost the exact same thing.
Apollo, do you think this Labelle guy actually believes in Tenma Taro?
I seriously doubt it. He's not even from Ninetales Vale.
Then why would he try to keep Jinxie from talking?
Good question. I think we better go have a word with him. Time to unmask this monster of a mystery. Oh, whoops, that was Athena.
The last time I saw Mr. Labelle, he was relaxing in the foyer. Bueno! Next up, the Manor foyer. With any luck, he'll be there waiting for us.
Oh boy.
There's no one here. Guess our luck isn't so good when it comes to Mr. Labelle.
Maybe he's out for a walk or something. Somebody left something on the sill of the caretaker's office window. Oh, it's a TV program guide.
Looks like someone circled a pro wrestling match. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Eek! It's Mr. Filch. Well, what can we do for you?
I bet she was going to scream monster, which really isn't much of a stretch.
Ain't nothing I need you to do for me, but what business do you got with my TV listings?
Oh no, it just caught my eye. Can I ask if you watched this pro wrestling program today?
Yep, it was a match between a couple of rank amateurs, though. It was a complete disaster. I reckon even I could have done better than that.
A movie by Filch, that'd be interesting. I seriously doubt that. Localizers. Almost forgot. There's something I wanted to ask him. Mr. Filch, did you see anything unusual around the time of the murder? For example, Tenma Taro or something like that?
Huh? Tenma Taro?
So you did see him?
My, how clean and shiny your forehead is again today, Mr. Lawyer, sir. Bet you're shining up every day, real purd-like. The ladies must love it.
Don't change the subject, and FYI, that was a seriously bad attempt at flattery. Jinxie says she saw Temna Taro flee toward the foyer, so you must have seen him too if you were here.
Yipes!
Wow, I really pushed a button there. Well, did you see anything or not? Hold it. That is quite enough. I must ask that you not pester my friend anymore.
Yipes! Forgive me for being pestered, sir.
And you are?
I'm Flaunt Labelle.
Vow divine and personal aid to Mayor Demian Tenma. Vow divine? More like yokai grotesque. This place is crawling with monsters. Oh, excuse you! Ack! Ack! Well, what the heck was that for? It was just a little cologne. You had a look of stinky sweat about you. It was from my own original brand of cosmetics called Je suis Labelle. Oh, what a heavenly scent. Ugh, I think it just paralyzed my olfactory receptors. I suppose such a scent would be difficult for a peasant to appreciate. I'll have you know, that brand is number 5, bonjour. It's my way of introducing myself. Enjoy. Where's my bottle of adieu so I can return the favor? Enough about cologne. Please tell us what you saw around the time of the murder. I'm gonna present my badge first. Yes, do you always go around sticking your hand in other people's faces? Oh no, I just wanted to show you this. Ah yes, you do have something in that grimy paw of yours. But I only have eyes for things of beauty. Now, if you would excuse me. Guess he'll only look at stuff that interests him. Freaking Labelle. I heard you're the one who told Jinxie not to mention that she saw Tenma Taro. Why, that little... So, she told you she saw the demon, did she?
Mr. Labelle, do you mind if I ask whether you believe in the village superstitions?
Ah, ha 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 ha! Oh, please! I was merely trying to keep the traditions. Nevertheless, I will say this. I wouldn't stick my nose into this whole Tenma Taro business if I were you. Bad things happen to those who do. That much is true. He is one scary monster. That's crazy. You really expect me to believe that monsters are real? Ah, ha ha ha! Well, you're real, and you sure look like a monster. Look who's talking! So, Mr. Labelle, you didn't see Tenma Taro— Ah! Little Jinxie has an active imagination, isn't that right, Phineas? That's right, I didn't see nothing, especially not Tenma Taro. As for me, I only see things of beauty. That's why I can barely see you. I've got 2 words for this guy. Total freak. Totally hilarious. Could I ask what you were doing during the time of the crime? In other words, you'd like to hear my alibi. Tisk, to think you suspect me of all people. Oh, no, it's just a formality. We ask every— Ah! How dare you doubt me? That's an affront to beauty itself. You obviously can't see straight. Ugh. Like that spritz really helped? What were we doing, you ask? Go ahead, Filch. Answer the question. At the time of the crime, we were, in this here foyer. Exactly. Good answer, Filchy. Good answer. Just repeating what you Ah! You said quite enough. What is with these two? Great, now he's got me talking like that. Are we quite through here? I'm a very busy man, you know. Right. Well, thanks for your help. So these two were in the foyer, but didn't see Tenma Taro. Come along, Filchi. Where are we going? Alright, gotta practice them statements for tomorrow. Yipes! My eyes! You're going to dig your own grave with that big mouth of yours someday. What does he mean, practice statements? Now, if you'll excuse me, it's time to touch up my makeup.
Apollo, I know this sounds strange, but Mr. Labelle seems unusually preoccupied with Temna Taro.
Really? How can you tell?
Well, it's kind of hard to explain. You see, I can read people's emotions from the tone of their voice.
You mean you have good ears?
Something like that. People's emotions are expressed in the tone of their voice, and my ears can pick up even the subtlest of tones for some reason.
That's an interesting skill. But what do you mean he's preoccupied with Tenma Taro?
I'm not exactly sure, but it was like he was obsessed with the thought of Temna Taro. That's what I picked up from his voice anyway.
Everywhere we turn, it's Tenma Taro this, Tenma Taro that.
We should go talk to the mayor, too.
Sounds like a plan. We need to get to the bottom of that rumor about him wanting to release Tenma Taro. And actually, we're probably going to edit here. We've hit the 30-minute mark. So we will come back again to talk to the mayor in the next video.